Ready?
Uh-huh. Hey, so I am Shelley.
Let's start over. Ready?
Hello, I am Shelley.
I'm Austin.
And we are the couple's take on life experiences through integration.
Today we're taking on nervous system regulation, how we're doing it now, and how we used to do it, and walk you through that transformative journey and process.
Yes. Oh yeah, deep breath together.
Yeah. That's definitely one way.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath, sync up with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody you're talking to, really.
Mm-hmm.
Get that deep breath in, or maybe a couple, and just slow down, sink into it.
Yep.
So how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling okay.
So we just recorded, 20 takes of our couple's take on. And so now we're getting settled in, feel a little looser, right? I feel better. How do you feel?
Yeah.
It's just about practice, right? Showing up online, this was a huge thing for us.
Oh yeah, we've been working at this for a year. We've had the idea for this channel for almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
And we're ready. It's go time.
Yeah, it's go, it's go time. Be gentle with us. Oh, it didn't start?
I don't know.
Okay, we're trying to set the timer to be
time
time
sometimes
efficient.
we can talk way too much.
Yeah, we can. The couple's take on talking too much, right?
Yeah.
That's another episode. We were just talking about regulating our nervous system with breath. If you ever find yourself talking really fast, see, she just did an override on me.
Well, because even you getting hyped up like that, I don't need your energy. I do, but come on.
But not right now.
There was a time when it was I thrived off that shit. I ran for 18 years as an ER nurse, and I loved that shit. I'll just say it right now. I did. It's a kink. I'm just gonna fucking say it, okay?
That's for another
The traumas
episode.
that came in and crap, it was like... But then it was just like...
I think that's probably why, now that you've learned that you have ADD in the last couple of years, toward the end of your stint as a nurse, then it makes sense why you're like, oh man, what's coming in today? But also, Shelley's extremely intuitive and extremely empathetic. So there's that part of it too, of intuitively know what needs to be done. Right.
But then the problem is that I didn't understand, because what I knew was that you take your issues and you come home to your partner and you dump them on your partner. That was how I operated. And I didn't realize that's a tremendous amount of, there's no boundaries. You're just the problems are just continuing to swirl around, and then the dysregulation of the nervous system.
So
because I wasn't using healthy outlets to regulate. My version of regulating my nervous system was eating just really highly processed foods, because when I would eat the highly processed foods, I don't know, I felt better with it.
I think it knocked you into the bed to take a nap.
Yeah, and then alcohol, and then prescriptions, but I wasn't understanding that, or yelling. And sleeping. Sleeping was the easy way to be like, I gotta go to bed, bye.
And as the partner receiving all that trauma dumping, what tools did I have in the past to deal with that? Eating was a good tool, right? But then was that really a good tool?
It wasn't.
And then over time, we've learned other things, right? Now, we've decided about a year and a half ago to work in the entrepreneurial space of coaching and helping people with integrating life-changing events or trauma, or unpacking generational trauma, moving from a dis-easy space to a place of ease and flow. Just I'll share pictures later, but I know I'm still a big guy. I'm 300 pounds. But there were pictures of me where it didn't look so good. And I couldn't even walk up 3 steps into our house. Crawling up sounded like a better idea. And then at that point, I was just like, okay, that's great that I can help Shelley regulate her nervous system, right? Because some people come home and they trauma dump to regulate their own nervous system. And then the recipient of that, it's where were my boundaries exactly? I just wanted to help, because I knew how challenging nursing has been in the last, 5 years or whatever.
So then what are some of the things that we're able to do now? So now that we've gotten rid of the alcohol and the pills and the food and the yelling and shopping and all of those things, that was what I used to regulate. It was all these things from the outside. I looked for external.
Yeah.
So what are we doing together?
Yeah, so we started with working, like I started working on myself. Shelley started working on herself.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay. And then we could like, see, nothing was lining up. Everything was dysregulated. It was like two ships passing in the night because of working night shift or day shift or whatever. And just the topics. So now it's, okay, we can agree on something. Okay, let's regulate that. Walking, okay? Now talking together. Now we can go to conferences together and have a good, productive, philosophical conversation.
I think, too, bringing us out of shame spaces individually and then together, so then we could have these conversations and be open and honest and have this radical consent and radical responsibility, and just like really seeing where a lot of our generational trauma was affecting our relationship, but then also the constructs. I think really it boiled down to the constructs of where we came from.
Generational trauma and constructs are sometimes a little bit related.
Right.
So that brings us to kind of Lazarus Ross has said, one of the fellow Condor coaches, give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Have some gratitude. And then the gift will come. The gift for us now is being able to actually talk and not yell and scream at each other or just eat and run away or alcohol.
Well, I'm so proud that last week we were going through the garage and like significantly just saying goodbye to things that was it served us in our former life, and now that we're on to just doing and pursuing other endeavors, it no longer served us, but we were able to have the conversation about it without fighting. I felt like it was more tears of like joy and gratitude to what we have and then what we were able to gift to someone else, because there was a time it was like, don't touch my stuff, throw it away. There was serious childhood trauma associated with our belongings in the garage, so I'm just really thankful that went incredibly well.
No, now don't get me wrong, a little bit of sadness came up with giving away things you really liked, but no, it's not part of the current path, right? So we were both doing some acupuncture last week, and I was doing it for my gut, and she was doing it for hers, and the acupuncturist was like, you guys have been like going through a lot of stuff, giving away stuff, whatever. There might be a little sadness there. And remember, like, no one emotion is good or bad. They're just different emotions. So it's like, that's part of this human being experience. And it's like, how do we honor those emotions that come up? And it's with grace, gratitude, and gift, right? So it's like a mindset thing.
Yeah. So, I think it's been really beautiful, though, that we've been together on this journey, learning how to regulate our nervous system separately and then together, but then able to have the open communication when there's times we don't want to talk about something. And it's okay, and not to ignore it, but just to figure out and schedule, like, when can we discuss this?
Right, like
triage it, as we like to call it.
Yeah, like both like the sciencey and medical words.
And I'm so used to like, boom, my answers immediately to satisfy my anxiety, to get the answer, so then I would feel calm in my body instead of just going with a more natural flow.
So how do you find flow and ease in your life?
Yeah. If
you're looking for your partner to change, and you're not willing to throw up the mirror and take a look at yourself, that's going to be a big roadblock.
Or if you're relying on your partner to ease your nervous system. Ultimately, that's what I've come to realize in my own self-assessment, is that I was looking for answers from you instead of going and seeking them on my own as a way to feel like, okay, we're going to be safe. I'm safe. Safety comes from me. It comes from within myself first and foremost.
And if I can help with that once she's determined what would make her safe, then great, awesome.
Right.
And likewise for me too. The first person to make me safe is myself. Now, if I can communicate, be like, hey, I'd feel a little safer when we could do something or whatever, then that would help too.
Yeah.
So remember, get that safety going, right? Usually when people can't connect, it's because there's some sort of safety issue. So if you could like try to figure out, safety could even be the safety of being able to say something.
Yeah, because there's been times I didn't feel safe from past experiences or maybe stories I'd heard from people. Okay, this could happen or that could happen, so just don't say anything. And then you just stay in that disease. You stay stuck. You stay in a dysregulated state, and then you just stay. It's like angry at other people, or I was angry at you for a variety of things. But now I'm just thankful that we get to work together we get to work on this together and
share it with all of you.
Others. Yeah.
This is the couple's take on re-regulating your nervous system. And if any of this resonates with you, please share it with others. You would think it might resonate with them. Together, the couples can take on anything. Yes. And we include everybody. It just so happens that we're our couple and we're talking about all this stuff, but we want you to include whoever you want to include so that we can heal together and re-regulate our nervous system so that we can make maximum impact in our life's work.
That's so well said.
Okay. Signing off for the next one. Bye.